Hello and welcome to Star Life, the channel where you can learn everything about your favorite celebrities. Today, we invite you to dive into the monumental story of Tina Turner, a global icon whose life is an extraordinary saga of dazzling triumphs, heartbreaking tragedies, and resilience that defies imagination. From her humble beginnings in the cotton fields of Nutbush, Tennessee, to her meteoric rise as the undisputed queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner overcame obstacles that would have broken most souls. But behind the spotlight, beneath the glitter and applause, lay hidden struggles, deep wounds, and moments of courage that forged a legend. Nearly a year after her passing in May 2023, her husband, Erwin Bach, broke his silence to share heartbreaking revelations about Tina's final years, confessions that shed new light on her already legendary journey. Prepare to be captivated, moved, and deeply inspired by this extraordinary story. So, subscribe to Star Life, turn on the notification bell to never miss a video, and join us as we explore the incredible life of Tina Turner. At first glance, Tina Turner seemed to live a fairy tale, a legendary career spanning over 5 decades, crowned with 8 Grammy Awards, sold-out world tours, a happy marriage to Erwin Bach in her later years, and an army of devoted fans across the globe. Yet, this facade of perfection hid a far more complex reality. Her journey is a tapestry woven with pain, struggles, and an extraordinary inner strength. Erwin Bach's revelations about Tina's final years, marked by battles with illness, moments of despair, and a quest for peace, add a new depth to her story. This video will take you to the heart of her life, from the cotton fields of Tennessee to international stages, through trials that testify to her ability to transform adversity into triumph. If you thought you knew everything about Tina Turner, prepare to discover new facets that make her legacy even more poignant. Stay with us until the end, because this story is a true journey, and we have so much to share. Let's start at the beginning, in a small rural village in Tennessee. Tina Turner was not born with that name. She came into the world as Anna Mae Bullock on November 26, 1939, in Nutbush, a hamlet where life was tough and opportunities were nearly non-existent. The daughter of Zelma and Floyd Bullock, sharecroppers who toiled in the cotton fields, Anna Mae grew up in a world where hard labor was relentless. From a young age, she joined her parents in the fields, picking cotton under the scorching sun, her hands scraped by the plant's thorns. This grueling childhood forged her character, instilling a tenacity that would become her trademark. But this period was also marked by upheavals that would shape her future indelibly. When World War II broke out, her parents seized an opportunity to work in a defense factory in Knoxville, Tennessee. This decision had heartbreaking consequences. Anna Mae and her 2 sisters, Aline and Evelyn, were left in the care of their paternal grandparents, strict religious figures who enforced rigid discipline. This separation deprived Anna Mae of the warmth of a united family life, leaving her with a sense of isolation that marked her for years. At the age of 11, Anna Mae experienced a trauma that would haunt her for the rest of her life. Her mother, Zelma, fleeing an abusive relationship with her father, left the family without a word, settling in St. Louis. This sudden abandonment was a devastating blow for young Anna Mae, who felt rejected and unwanted. This sense of insecurity followed her throughout her youth, influencing her self-perception and relationships with others. 2 years later, her father, Floyd, remarried and moved to Detroit with his new wife, once again abandoning Anna Mae and her sisters. Sent to live with another grandmother in Brownsville, Tennessee, the 3 girls had to navigate a world where they often felt alone and neglected. These successive abandonments forced Anna Mae to develop a fierce independence, a quality that would become one of her greatest strengths but was also born from deep wounds. Tragedy did not spare her adolescence. At 16, Anna Mae was struck by a devastating loss. Her half-sister Evelyn and 2 cousins lost their lives in a fatal car accident. This loss added a new layer of grief to an already tumultuous life, reinforcing her sense of loneliness. Shortly after, her grandmother in Brownsville passed away, leaving Anna Mae without stable family anchors. At the funeral, she was confronted with an unexpected surprise. Her mother, absent for years, reappeared. Zelma offered Anna Mae and her sister, Aline, the chance to join her in St. Louis. With no other family or guardian to turn to, Anna May had no choice but to accept. This move marked a decisive turning point. She was leaving the rural life of Tennessee to dive into the vibrancy of the big city, where her destiny would soon take a dramatic turn. In St. Louis, Anna May, now a teenager, immersed herself in the city's vibrant music scene. With her sister Aline, she frequented nightclubs, captivated by the fiery performances of local bands. One night at the Manhattan Club, she attended a concert by Ike Turner and his band, the Kings of Rhythm. That moment changed her life forever. Mesmerized by their raw energy and electrifying sound, Anna May was determined to sing with them. At just 18 years old, she seized a golden opportunity. During a break in the band's performance, she grabbed the microphone and sang a B.B. King blues ballad with such intensity that it left the audience speechless. Ike Turner, impressed by her powerful voice and charisma, invited her to join the band. That night, Anna May Bullock became Tina Turner, laying the first stone of a career that would redefine modern music. But the road to fame was not without obstacles. During her high school years in St. Louis, Anna May became pregnant by Raymond Hill, the saxophonist of the Kings of Rhythm. When she broke the news to her mother, Zelma, furious, kicked her out of the house, once again breaking their already fragile bond. Anna May found herself alone, living with Hill and Ike Turner, and gave birth to her son, Craig, at the age of 18. Shortly after, Hill abandoned her, returning to his hometown and leaving her a single mother. Rejected by her family and without support, Anna May found refuge in music. Under Ike's guidance, she recorded her first song, Box Top, under the name Little and sharing credits with another band singer. But a more significant transformation was on the horizon. In 1960, Ike had written a song called A Fool in Love for another singer. When she failed to show up at the studio, Anna May convinced Ike to let her sing it. Her performance was so powerful that the song became a resounding hit, propelling the young woman into the spotlight. Impressed by her voice, the president of Sue Records, Juggy Murray, bought the song's rights for the staggering sum of $25,000, a fortune at the time, and insisted that Tina be the star. Ike agreed, christening his singer Tina Turner. This moment marked the start of her career, but it came with a dark price. Determined to control every aspect of her life, Ike trademarked the name Tina Turner, ensuring he could replace her if she ever left the band. This seemingly innocuous move was an ominous sign of the toxic relationship that would follow. Tina and Ike formed the iconic duo Ike and Tina Turner Revue, captivating audiences with their electrifying performances. Tina, with her boundless energy, backup singers-dancers, the Ikettes, and flamboyant outfits, became a sensation. Their success transcended racial barriers, attracting black and white audiences in a South still marked by segregation. They bridged the gap between Motown and rock, becoming pioneers of modern music. Their shows, fueled by Tina's explosive energy and the Ikettes' synchronized choreography, were must-see events. But behind the spotlight, Tina's life was a nightmare. Ike, a drug addict and manipulator, exercised absolute control over her. Physical and emotional abuse was constant. Tina often took the stage with bruises, concealed under heavy makeup and elaborate wigs. These wigs, which became a signature of her style, were not just an aesthetic choice. They reflected her insecurities about her appearance and voice, which she considered unusual. In 1960, Tina and Ike welcomed their son, Ronnie, Tina's second child. At 22, she was living in Los Angeles with Ronnie, Craig, her eldest son, and Ike's two sons from a previous relationship. But family life was far from stable. Obsessed with success, Ike imposed a grueling tour schedule, ignoring Tina's concerns. Worse, he regularly resorted to violence to assert his control. Their marriage, formalized in 1962 in a lackluster civil ceremony in Tijuana, Mexico, marked the start of a dark period. After the ceremony, Ike took Tina to a brothel to watch a show, a humiliating experience she kept secret for decades. Ike's infidelities, often public and with other women, were a recurring issue, exacerbating Tina's anguish. Ike's abuse reached a breaking point in 1968 when Tina, pushed to the brink by years of violence, attempted to take her own life with an overdose of Valium. Fortunately, she survived, and this incident strengthened her resolve to escape. In 1976, after a violent argument in a Dallas hotel, Tina seized her chance. With only 36 cents and a gas station credit card, she fled, running toward freedom. This moment of courage marked a turning point in her life. In 1978, she finalized her divorce from Ike, claiming only 2 cars, some furs, jewelry, and most importantly, her name, Tina Turner. That name, which she fought to keep, would become her most valuable asset. After the divorce, Tina hit rock bottom. Penniless, she lived with her 4 sons and an assistant, relying on food stamps to survive. She faced constant threats, with local thugs shooting at her car or house, forcing her to sleep in a closet for safety. But this terrifying period only strengthened her determination. She performed in cabarets, hotels, and small clubs, battling debts and prejudice in an industry that considered her a relic of the past. As a black woman over 40, opportunities were scarce, but Tina never gave up. In 1983, her career experienced a spectacular resurgence with the album Private Dancer. Fueled by hits like What's Love Got to Do with It, Better Be Good to Me, and Private Dancer, the album sold millions of copies and made Tina a global superstar at 45. Collaborating with artists like Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits, she proved she was more than a 1960s singer. Her stage energy, bold outfits, and dynamic dance moves set her apart from other female stars of the era. In 1985, she made history with her performance at Live Aid, where an iconic moment with Mick Jagger, when he tore off her skirt, leaving her in a leotard, made headlines. Though controversial, this moment solidified her image as a rock goddess. Despite her success, Tina continued to face challenges. In 1991, her induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of the Ike and Tina Turner Revue stirred painful memories. She chose not to attend the ceremony, refusing to share the glory with her former abuser. In 2009, after a legendary career, Tina retired from the stage. She settled in Switzerland with Erwin Bach, a German music executive she met in 1986 at Heathrow Airport. Their relationship, marked by deep love, culminated in their marriage in 2013. But the trials were not over. 3 weeks after their wedding, Tina suffered a severe stroke, leaving her unable to walk. True to her fighting spirit, she relearned to walk through sheer determination. In 2016, a diagnosis of intestinal cancer threatened her life. After complications from homeopathic treatments, she suffered kidney failure. Desperate, she considered assisted suicide, registering with an organization in Switzerland. But in an extraordinary act of love, Erwin donated one of his kidneys. The transplant, performed in 2017, extended her life and symbolized their unbreakable bond. Tina Turner passed away on May 24, 2023, at the age of 83 in her peaceful lakeside mansion in Zurich. A sign on her door, written in German, read, "Do not ring before noon." Until her final days, she embodied strength and resilience, proving that even the darkest trials could be overcome. Her husband, Erwin Bach, shared moving details about her final years, revealing a woman who, despite everything, found peace and love. Tina also endured devastating personal tragedies. In 2018, her eldest son, Craig, took his own life at 59. This loss broke Tina's heart, and she scattered his ashes off the California coast. Despite these trials, she continued to inspire through her faith and spirituality. Raised in the Baptist tradition, Tina turned to Buddhism in 1973, finding solace and clarity in the practice of Buddhist chanting. She sometimes devoted up to 4 hours a day to this practice, which guided her through the darkest moments of her life. Tina Turner's legacy extends far beyond her music. Her songs, like Proud Mary, What's Love Got to Do with It, and The Best of You, have become timeless anthems celebrating resilience, love, and freedom. She shattered racial and gender barriers, proving that a black woman could dominate the rock industry at a time when it seemed impossible. Her style, blending flamboyant wigs, bold outfits, and dynamic dance moves, redefined what it meant to be a female star. But above all, her personal story, of a woman who overcame abandonment, violence, and illness, continues to inspire millions worldwide. Tina Turner, you were simply the best. Rest in peace, you deserve it. What's your favorite Tina Turner song? Proud Mary, What's Love Got to Do with It? Or maybe a lesser-known gem like Nutbush City Limits? Share your memories in the comments below and tell us how Tina touched your life. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Star Life, and turn on the notification bell to never miss our upcoming stories about your favorite stars. We have so many more incredible tales to share, so join our growing community and be part of the Star Life adventure. Thank you for joining us, and see you soon for another video.